Hello, hello, hello. This is HAT 500 slash Challenger Track 98 slash Heloise Wonderwise slash Hilo. And I know I said I wasn't probably going to make any guides for this game, but I swear to God, this game is like all I've been playing recently. So, I've been doing a lot of testing. You guys already know how I do. This game isn't as in depth as normal Granblue, but it does still have its own intricacies. So, the main thing that I've been looking at I've mostly been playing Cagliostro and Djeeta, right? And that's what this video is mostly going to be about. But the thing that comes up on both of those characters is the debate between using skilled assault for skill damage and quick charge, because Cagliostro has her rocks and MC has the like the power raise thing, right? So that's a I don't know if it's a heated debate or not, but it's a debate and it's something I've been trying to test. Also, it's pretty late at night, and my brain is kind of fried from doing a lot of testing. I've been testing for like a while now, pretty much all night since I got home. But yeah, so if I get like super rambly, I'm sorry. But I'll try and keep myself on track. I also don't have a notepad today, so I'm sorry any notepad enjoyers, but I kind of already know what I want to talk about. Um, so the first thing, we're going to start with Cagliostro, because Cagliostro is, in my opinion, a lot easier to see as opposed to Djeeta. Djeeta has something that I discovered today that I did not know about how her kit works, and it may or may not be a bug. I will explain more once I get to her section, but I'll just give like a basic outline of what we're going to be looking at today, and mostly focus on Cagliostro for this first bit. So the thing for Cagliostro is quick charge versus skilled assault. Which one's better? In my opinion, skilled assault is better. Quick charge is not as worth. It does, of course, speed up, your charge speed for the rock, but the rock is not Cagliostro's main damage. Her biggest hitter is Pain Train, right? And the thing about it, I have my Cagliostro's stuff on screen right now. If you've been researching this game at all, you probably know that a lot of people are recommending the tyranny and stamina, partnership, using one tyranny, using one stamina. I also have the 100% crit, which is something else you may hear about. And usually most people will say that that is all you need to cap, which is mostly true. Um, for the most part, the way that I see it is that combination of stamina, tyranny, and maybe crit will cap out most people, at least from what I've seen, auto attacks. Most people's like Y buttons. Sorry, I'm going off of PlayStation, Xbox controls, but they're like secondary moves, so they're not like their basic attack, but whatever their secondary is. So like Cagliostro's is the rock, right? That's on Y or triangle, whatever. Um, those will usually be capped using just your I will also say using over masteries, but for the most part, I guess it doesn't really matter if you don't have the overmastery in the first place. It really doesn't matter, right? But even if you have the overmastery, because one thing to point out, your auto attacks and your charge skills. So like Cagliostro's rock still counts as a normal attack, not a skill. So normal attack damage cap affects that, right? So my point is, tyranny, stamina, and crit can usually cap out people's auto attacks, and I would say most skills can be capped out. But I would say, at least from what I've seen, Djeeta and Cagliostro both have one move that is not capped out by just that combination. Cagliostro, it's Pain Train, which again, like I said, is her highest hitting move. And this is my Cagliostro. I'm gonna fast forward a bit, and I'll show you guys this builds, because I swap between two stuff, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But let me finish with my current thought. Let me go to my overmasteries for Cagliostro. So my Cagliostro has these overmasteries, right? So she has max skill damage cap up, right? She has max skill damage cap up, which means if you know that's raising the cap on my pain train. Um, Pain train is harder to cap than just her normal attacks, her rock, and her other two skills, the Alexandria and Mimic Doll, right? Um, Pain Drain goes higher. So that's where Skilled Assault comes in. And since it's already her hardest hitting move, being able to push that further into the cap, especially if you have this 20% extra cap in your overmasteries, that's where Skill Assault is probably going to be better for you than Quick Charge, right? And I had a video about this before, but someone had commented a good point actually, that the ones that I tested before, even though they were the same, they both just had Potion Hoarder on them. They were only level 11. But now these ones I just used. I didn't feel like farming the mats, so I just used an Azurdite on two different things. So I will show you two of the things from. Also, another thing from my overmasteries. I don't think this attack power actually matters for helping to cap out Pain Train. Maybe it does, but I think Skilled Assault mostly takes care of it. Also, another thing to note while I'm thinking about it, I mentioned this in the last video that I did, but on your right stone for your weapon, right? On your right stone, I'm gonna show you my Cagliostros, right? So I have this, right? I have the crit hit rate to get to 100%, but the rest of them I chose utility. I tested having skilled assault here as well, and if you only have skilled assault here, I don't think it will cap your pain train. And if you have skilled assault here as well as in here, you only actually needed the sigil, and this one is useless from what I've seen. So what I would say is if you want skilled assault on your Cagliostro, or probably any character, to be honest, if you want skilled assault on that character, just use the sigil and just use your right stone as whatever utility that you want to do, right? So that's another thing. I wrote that in the comment section before, but I'll speak it here because I'm using my voice, right? So, yeah, that's the right stone. So I already forgot what I was gonna show. Okay, so I was gonna show you the different builds, right? So my different builds here, the main difference is I have this tyranny right here. This one this is with the skilled assault, and I use the same thing on Djeeta. The same two different sets, right? So you have tyranny with improved dodge here, right? And then I have skilled assault with cascade here, right? Now when I go to test quick charge instead, you actually see me going through it here. When I go to test quick charge, I have a tyranny that has cascade, so it makes up the cascade of the skilled assault. And then the quick charge that I have upgraded has the improved dodge. So all the stats are the exact same. The only difference between these builds are literally just skilled assault itself and quick charge. I got the substats the exact same. And again, you'll see all this stuff in a second. I'll let this all play through once I'm finished talking. But I just wanted to lay the foundation for what I'm going to be showing you in this video, right? So, yes, that's the build for Cagliostro. So again, for Cagliostro, she's kind of simple in my opinion. Pain Train, it has a much higher cap than anything else Cagliostro has, especially if you have 20% skill damage cap in her overmasteries, or just high. You can probably do like 16 as well, 14 or 16. Pain Train just caps a lot higher. So Skilled Assault is more beneficial to Cagliostro because another thing to note too, right now my overmasteries are I have 16% normal attack damage cap. My Cagliostro has had 20% before. I've done a ridiculous amount of rerolls, and I still want to reroll on this because I want to get rid of this attack and I want this to be 20%. But I've done a ridiculous amount of rerolls for overmasteries on my characters, and Cagliostro has had 20% in the past, and I've seen the numbers. with my maxed out gear, and her normal attacks and her rocks are only up like a 1k increase, whereas with Pain Train it is multiple hundred Ks increase over, it's much higher. It's much higher with the skilled assault, then you would benefit from getting extra attack if I had 20% normal attack damage cap. The benefit from your autos and your rocks does not outclass the amount of skill damage that you get from Pain Train. It's just too strong. It's too strong, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it for Cagliostro. So I'm gonna go back to the start of the video, and I'm gonna show you her test. I believe skill dam. Wait, which one's first? Let me see. Okay, quick charge was first on this one. So the first test here will be quick charge. The second one, you'll see me swap in the video and then run back in. The second one will be skilled assault, and I think I made a mistake there, but I'm gonna just let it play through, and you'll see what I mean. And then once Cagliostro finishes, I'll go into Djeeta because again I have more to talk about with Djeeta. So yeah, I'll go and talk about her in a second.
連成素材にしてやるよ。ファイトー！抱いて抱いて！じゃじゃーん！こいつは効くだろう。こいつはサージャータック！それ！ほら！スリップ！エッチのみかん！じゃじゃーん！おまけだよ。いってらっしゃい。込むぜ。ほら、こいつら。それ。スリスリ。どいてどいて。じゃじゃーん。いっておいぜ。下っちまえ。裏バラス。ほら、こいつら。込むぜ。覚悟はできてんだろうな。ファンタズマゴジャジャータックなめんなよ。連成素材にしてやるよ。メイク抱いて抱いて下っちまえ。ジャジャーンキャハいってらっしゃい。それいってらっしゃい。
Okay, so that's Cagliostro done. Here's Djeeta now. So, I have two different tests, right? So there's going to be four tests in all. The thing with Djeeta that I learned today, and I did not learn this by myself. I saw it on a Billy video, so I will put that in the description so that you can go check it out for yourself if you want to see the original. I'm actually trying to use their same rotation here to try and replicate it as much as possible. But the thing with is Djeeta, in my opinion, I do think that skilled assault and quick charge are kind of close. They're closer than they are with Cagliostro because the only thing on Djeeta that really scales with like you know how I said with Cagliostro, everything her normal attacks and everything get capped normally with like the tyranny of stamina and crit. It's the same thing with Djeeta. The only thing that has like a higher cap is her kick, but her kick is not like a ton of damage. It's like an extra 100 to 200k if you do skilled assault, but her kick is only one hit as opposed to Cagliostro's like multi-hit pain train. So you don't get as much benefit from um skilled assault on Djeeta. It's still better. It still does more damage. And as they say, as some people say in the Nikkei community, depending on how good your gamer chair is, so how good you are at the game, you may be able to time a skilled assault Djeeta's charge attacks like instantly, like as soon as they turn blue. And I try and do it somewhat in the video, in the showcases, but you can do it like pretty much as soon as it hits blue, and you can get like the full thing, even if it didn't like completely go all the way blue. So you can kind of in a way have quick charge even when you don't have quick charge, um, and still get the benefits. But um, what I'll say is, like I said, skilled assault and quick charge are closer on Djeeta, with skilled assault still seemingly being better. But the big thing, going back to the Billy video that I found, is that I'm not sure if this is a bug or not. It seems like it's a bug, honestly. But as long as it is not patched out, skilled assault is much higher, in my opinion, than quick charge. The secret is Djeeta's decimate. Normally it's already a good damaging skill, right? But something really weird happens if you cancel it. I don't know, and what by cancel I mean dodging, right? So if you start the animation, you throw out the decimate and then you dodge out of it, for some reason her damage like splits up and just does random numbers. I have no idea why. I don't know, and I will point out I have some tests at the very end of this that just show specifically what I'm talking about. But after the rotation tests, and I'll come back to talk about those and show you what I mean. But yeah, when you cancel her stuff, or cancel her decimate specifically, I don't know. It seems like depending on how much distance she goes or how much time she's like not in that animation, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. But she just does random damage. But the thing about this damage is not only does it spike to ridiculous levels, um, but it will also seemingly split up her normal hits. So like if you were gonna hit 100k, it will split that hit up into like maybe two hits. I don't know, and then those hits will also have supplemental damage on them. Like I said, I will show it to you, but you will see the damage difference on the dummy. Because the only thing I do differently in the rotation, pretty much I have doing it normally. I have a quick charge versus skilled assault test, and then I have a cancel quick charge versus skilled assault test, and then I'll have the just showing you what's going on at the end test. So that's how it's going to go. And the first one here, the first two here will just be normal, right? So I'll show you those. I'll let this play out for Djeeta, and then I'll come back at the very. I will skip ahead at one point because I'm bad at the game, so I messed up like halfway through a rotation. So I'm gonna skip through that, so you don't have to watch it all. Um, but then I will come back at the end to talk about what's going on and what I see on my screen with Djeeta when it comes to the decimate thing. So yeah, I'll let this play out. Again, you'll see the builds here. It's the exact same stuff as Cagliostro. The only difference, I will say, the one difference I do have with Djeeta is I took out Link together to put in a third supplemental 5 so that I could 100% get supplemental on Djeeta, because I wanted to see, since she has so many hits going on in that jank decimate, I wanted to guarantee supplemental so that I could make sure I was getting an accurate test, right? So yeah, that's why. So you'll see though. But again, here we go.
特訓する。本気で行くよ。いい調子。やめれそうだ。こんな感じ。そりゃいけ。そら。いい調子。この一撃で。逃がさないよ。これでどうだ。技を練習。本気で行くよ。いい調子。これでどうだ。ここだ。いい調子。この一撃、そりゃ今だ。
Okay, so those were Djeeta's normal tests. Right, with just doing, as you saw, the decimate, I just stood still. I didn't dodge. Also, keep this number in mind. So this was the skilled assault number. This was, if I go back, this was um, the quick charge number, right? Just keep these numbers in mind, right? You see 2.5 and 2.6, right? Now the next test that I'm gonna show you, in this one, it's the exact same. It's gonna be the exact same rotation. The only difference in here will be let me make sure of something. Okay, I think I did them all the way through. Okay, cool. I don't have to skip anything for this one. Sorry. you know we don't do any fancy editing around here. So the only thing different for these tests is I'm going to do the exact same rotation on both of them. The only difference is that for my decimates, I will be canceling them with a dodge, and you'll see that. But you'll see my damage just jumps on both setups. Both setups, it just jumps. But then the thing about it is on the skilled assault setup, as opposed to the quick charge setup. Quick charge, I believe, is first again. Yes, quick charge is first. Um, you will see the damage jump much more as well. It will continue to go up because this was 2.6, this was 2.5. The difference, right? So it wasn't like a huge difference, but there was a difference. But you'll see with this one that there's much more of a difference. Not like a ton, but it's more. It's more. It's more. Okay. So yeah, again, this is going to be the same rotation. The only difference is that the decimates will be canceled on this one. Okay, we're back. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna get into is, as you can see, the damage difference. The damage difference was drastically higher, right? 2.9. That 2.9, which was the personal best, was also with skill assault, by the way. Um, but 2.9 with skill assault versus 2.6 with skill assault. So we went up 3 mil just because we canceled our decimates, right? Which is pretty insane. Again, I think this is probably a bug, but I don't know if maybe it's intended. I don't know. It's weird. Um, so what we'll get into next is I will show you some of the demonstrations I did, um, to kind of show you what I'm seeing, but I'll show you why it's just weird to me, right? It's very, very strange. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. So I think what I did, I'm gonna go ahead and mute this, or at least I'm gonna turn the volume down. So in here, what I think a couple things I did was, first, I'm showing decimate. My decimate. This was also with. This is keeping on the skilled assault, right? This is keeping on the skilled assault build. So this is just a normal decimate without moving, right? And you can see that I'm hitting for. Right here is a good number. 129,592, I think, is my hit, and then I have a 25 echo, right? And that is just standing still, right? And that did 622k, right? Now I reset and I come back in. I'm resetting just to get the cooldown back. I think this next one I'm gonna do a dodge, right? So I'm doing the decimate. The decimate comes out and I'm doing a dodge. And you see here that the numbers now, I'm now hitting for 97k, and I'm have like, what is that, 19438 echoes now, and my overall damage, it has dropped 200, right? It's now dropped 200, which is another weird thing. It's now dropped 200 by doing that. So my damage has just been cut, and I don't know why. When she jumps like that and cancels it, it cuts the damage, right? So that was one of the things I was going to show you. Now let's go to the next test. I just went through a couple of these. Uh, let's see, what am I doing in here? Oh, I think what I might be testing. Oh no, okay, so that was with quick charge. I'm sorry, that's not with skill assault. That was with quick charge. This is with skill assault. So I think what I wanted to see was, before with quick charge, I wanted to see. So one thing I wanted to see is when my damage gets cut, if that damage was now not hitting cap anymore. So, for example, I was wondering if that 97 was not hitting cap anymore because I didn't have skill assault. So I swapped to skill assault to see if it would change anything, right? And again, this is another thing for the skill assault debate. Like I said before, so all of Djeeta's skills except for her kick, already hit cap with whether or not they have skill assault or not. So like even with skill assault, she's hitting the same number here, the 129 and the 25k echoes, with skilled assault, because this one is already capped. It's just her kick, and then this if you cancel it, that gets weird, right? So that was just, again, a normal standing decimate. And then I wanted to test if when I move, during it, if this would go higher, because I was wondering if this damage was capped or not. But as you can see right here, 97 and 19k, it's still the same. So this is still capped even though it's being cut. And I think the damage is like the exact same too. Let me see. Yeah, 466,520 and 466,520. Yeah, so it's the exact same. It's the exact same between those two. So let's go to the next test that I had. I think I stay on skill assault for real this time for the rest of it. So this was the next thing I wanted to test. I wanted to test if defense down had anything to do with it, where defense down was maybe giving it more damage, right? So I do defense down, and I do my my normal hit again. 129. One thing I do see here is this 51k. Um, I'm not actually sure where that's coming from either. I'm not actually sure where that's coming. Oh wait, that's that. Never mind. That's the. I think that's the this hit, this initial hit. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's the echo. Okay, sorry. That's the echo from the dash. Okay, so that's not relevant. So the decimate is still the same. The 129 and the 25k auto attacks when I'm standing still, right? Now I'm gonna reset again and do the same thing, but I'm gonna move to see if the defense down affects the movement at all. It shouldn't, because it's still, you're still hitting cap, but I just wanted to make sure because it's weird, right? Um, so here you can see in there 97 again, 19k. So this is not affected by the defense down either. So it's not that I'm using the defense down in the rotation that's giving me more damage during the movement. No, that's not what's happening. So let's go to the next test. Let's see what else I tested in here. Um, I think I made to. Yeah, so I think I was gonna do a full rotation. I think I reset this run because I didn't want this. I didn't want any like damage discrepancy because I kind of messed up the start of that rotation. Um, so I'm gonna reset this one. Yeah, I'll reset this one. I remember what I did. So I'm gonna do that one again. Yeah, because I wanted to do this opener so that the damage would be like somewhat consistent. So here we go. And again, this is one where the decimate, I'm just standing still. I'm not moving for this first test, right? So this ends at was this 5 mil? Yeah, 5.7 mil. For just standing still. So just doing it normally, right? Which is what the first two tests were like, without moving. This one is going to be with moving. It's the exact same rotation. And now look at this. Now we're at 6.6. What happened? What happened? That's what I've been trying to figure out like half the night, is what the heck happened, because I watched the Billy guy, that again, he'll be in the description, or she, I think, I'm pretty sure it's a he because he had a video explaining it. It was he, a boy voice. Anyway, what was I gonna say? His was even higher. He was hitting like 7.8 or something after this, because I was going step by step. Like I was comparing my rotation on the dummy to his, and I'm like, why is he just spiking here? Like it's ridiculous. So yeah, but even here you can see that there is a noticeable difference. Now one thing I want to show you that I saw when it's in this video, when I jump right here, I got the perfect shot again. Look at this. You see this? Where is this 530k coming from? Where is this coming from? And just to make sure, let's go back. Let's go back here again. Right? This hit is 259k. That armor break, right? The Reagan the laser. I don't know how to say it. The laser that hits for like 97k. Yeah, 97k, right? So none of this is 500k, right? And if you see here, when I get to this 500k, my kick has not landed yet. I can show you the kicks hit too. You can actually see, I think there's another one in there too, right there. But you can actually see the kick. The kick is right there. The kick just hit right there, that 5.8. But you see another 500 right here, and another right here. But this is just randomly coming out of your decimate. It just randomly, just because you moved. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at, where I have no idea what is just randomly giving these numbers. And it only seems to happen when you combo. Because as you saw at the beginning test, when I just did the dodge, I never saw a spike like this. But for some reason, while you're comboing, it will just do a ridiculous amount of damage. That's why I'm saying I think it's a bug. I'm pretty sure it's a bug, right? But yeah, as you can see, the damage just spikes drastically if you dodge cancel her stuff. I don't even know if I'm doing it completely right, because like I said, the guy was even higher than me. He was like another 100k above me. But this is just a good example to show you what I mean. But my point with all this is on top of skilled assault already just being slightly better than quick charge on Djeeta, with this in the game, skilled assault is even better because now you're boosting this damage a lot more. This random damage that's coming out is being boosted even more by skilled assault. And any echoes that come off of this from the supplemental is also going to be boosted because of skilled assault. So that's why even as long as this is in the game, skilled assault is by far the better one because it will just do way more damage if you're doing your cancels right. And I can only imagine once you get to like link time in like an actual fight, that's gonna be ridiculous. Um, so yeah, skill assault is better in my opinion. Like I said, I showed it in the original test, but skill assault was slightly ahead for Djeeta as well. But one thing I will say is, assuming this gets patched out, which it probably will, assuming this gets patched out, I will say if you feel more comfortable on quick charge with Djeeta, I think it's okay. Without this being in the game. As long as this is in the game, skilled assault is better. But in my opinion, if this gets taken out, I think they're kind of interchangeable with Djeeta. I do think for Cagliostro, skilled assault is just better, but with Djeeta, I think you can do whichever you're more comfortable with. But skilled assault should be more damage. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to go over this because this is the main. I feel like this skilled assault because let me go back to a page right here, right? So the main thing, actually, I'll go back to Cagliostro's because she has linked together. Let me see. So yeah, so the thing about it is pretty much the conclusion I've come to on every single build that I've built so far and that I'm planning to build so far. Unless I need actual defensive stuff, I opted to get all my defensive options just as substats. So generally, the rule of thumb is going to be obviously your whatchamacallit, your terminus weapon, right? I'm just running. I have all of the people's every single person's double awakening sigil. When you get the double of their special traits, it's called awakening. Those are one per. I don't know if they're one per account, but they're like one. I can't get a repeat of Founder's Awakening. I don't know if I delete this one if I can get another one or not, but this is unique. But you can still get you can get one, like I can get one of CAG's skills, specific skills with a different substat, but just them together on one sigil is called Awakening. It's a special sigil, right? And each character has one. You actually get a trophy for getting all of the Awakening ones. So yeah, they're specific. So anyway, for builds, these Awakening ones I think are mainstays, or at least one of the skills are mainstays. War Elemental mainstay. You still want your 4 damage caps, unless you can get it on like this. You want Tyranny, or you could run like double stamina. You want crit or stamina, whichever one you want to do. Link together, I think, is really good, especially if you're playing online. And then 2 supplementals, right? If you just want pure damage, then swap out Link Together for another supplemental. But Link Together is really, really good. So the main thing is just this one slot, right? It's quick charge versus skilled assault for most people. So that's why I say, or at least for the people that I play, Cagliostro and Djeeta, this is the slot that is contested. So that's the reason why I have been testing this slot a lot to see which is better. And like I said, for both of them, it seems that skill assault is better. But I would, as you can see, I have a good quick charge on hand. You know me, I'm paranoid as crap. Always keep, if you get a good quick charge, hold on to it. But I just think skill assault is better. So that's pretty much all I have to say about skilled assault versus quick charge. Still think skilled assault is better. and I think Djeeta's bugged. I actually don't know. I've never played as Gran, so I don't know if it maybe it's just a Djeeta thing. I don't know. But yeah, MC is potentially bugged. And I don't know why. So yeah, that's the thing. But I'm rambling. I'm going in circles. I'm gonna end the video. That's all I have for this. Thanks for watching as always, and thanks for the support. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.